Okay, so just so everybody knows, this is the MindCrack panel. We are here with some of our special MindCrack guests. If you guys will introduce yourselves.
I am Good.
Seth Bling.
Blame the controller.
And you're part of a much larger organization, correct?
That is correct. MindCrack was formed in 2010 in October. It started as a single-player Let's Play, and it eventually became a multiplayer server with a group of Let's Players.
And most of you guys focus a lot on Minecraft, correct?
Most of us. Some of us don't as much as we did at one time.
Like, I know, what are you playing lately? Come on, we're going to point the finger at you, Blame the Controller.
I certainly play a lot of Minecraft, but I also really, really enjoy competitive games. So games like Smite, Dota, those sorts of things.
What's your favorite right now?
Favorite what?
I'll plead the fifth.
Okay.
You're going to say Dota, aren't you? You're going to say Dota, too. I know it.
I play Minecraft.
Everyone here knows it.
I like Minecraft. I play a lot of it.
Are you ever going to play anything other than Minecraft, Seth?
I played Windborne once, which is kind of like a Minecraft game.
Yeah? Have you Seth, have you fallen for any of the like Minecraft, like have you gotten into EQ Landmark or anything? Like have you gotten into any building stuff?
In other Minecraft games? Oh, in Minecraft.
Like other games.
Oh, in other
that
games.
have Minecraft, like, you know, the new EQ Landmark allows you to build voxel based.
I haven't really, no.
Yeah?
Just Minecraft.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Weren't you going to make Mario levels at one point?
Oh, yeah. Well, I like downloaded a ROM editor so I could try and play around with making Mario levels, but I got lazy and then I played Minecraft.
So you have 20-something members, 24? Is that currently how many?
26.
26. That's amazing. And you guys have subs from how many to how many?
I believe, Seth, you have the biggest channel. How many subs do you have?
About 1.5 million.
You're 5 million now?
No, 1.5.
Oh, God, you scared me. I was like,
1.5. Is this thing on?
yes, yes, it is.
I don't know who our smallest member is. I think everyone's over 100,000 now. No, Arcus just hit 90,000. I don't know. I guess Jay Sano's probably the smallest at this point. I don't know how many subs he has, though.
Yeah.
I would say maybe 50,000.
Okay.
I think
You're getting
that's,
crucified on the internet right now.
Yes.
Why don't you know the sub counts of every single member
Well,
of your
Wes
team?
said we only had 24 members. Those other two guys that I was just talking about, they don't even count.
So how did the Minecraft server get its start? Like, how did that kind of come about?
Well, I was always someone that liked to play MMO type games, and so when I started playing Minecraft, I was missing the other people to play with, and that's why I transitioned into something that was multiplayer the moment multiplayer worked, because basically multiplayer was still in a state of development where there weren't mobs. There were mob spawners and dungeons and stuff, but nothing was spawning. Survival, basically the moment Notch released a version of survival Minecraft that could be played on a multiplayer server, that's when MindCrack became multiplayer.
You're talking like when you would right-click on a door and then it would like pretend it was open, then you just walk right into it and it would just close on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was fun.
And that actually kind of goes with a question that we got from Reddit, and this is from Travis Meller, who says, what made you want to turn a regular single-player LP of MindCrack into a multiplayer, and did you think 3 years ago it would make as much success as it has now?
Well, I kind of answered the question already about why we transitioned, just because we needed more, the thing about Minecraft is you're always, if you're not making a Let's Play, you're playing in a world all by yourself, and until there was testificates, there was no one else there to even talk to. There's a party in the corner back there, man.
Gentlemen in the corner, could you please pipe down a little bit? Thank you. We're trying to have a panel.
What was the second part of the question?
Did you think 3 years ago it would be as popular as it is now?
Oh, no, of course not. I mean, it was just a hobby. It wasn't even something that, I was supposed to ever play with people I didn't know. The first people that joined MindCrack were people that I'd played WoW with and real-life friends. The thought of sharing that experience on the internet with other people, and then those people one day joining me to play and them becoming wildly popular and all this happening was never something that was planned. I don't think you can really plan these type of things and then grow as organically as it has.
Okay. Now, what do you guys think about the differences between streaming on Twitch and doing stuff for YouTube? Like, which do you prefer, and which do you think is better for what you're doing or for your fans?
I guess I can start off answering that. I do roughly the same thing when I'm streaming Twitch as I do when I'm preparing a video. It's when I stream for Twitch, it's basically just the only difference is I hit a button that says, okay, people can watch me do this. And so I really like it when I can do it because it allows me to get feedback in real time from people, which is often very, very helpful. They'll point out stupid mistakes I made and stuff like that. I don't do it all the time because I can't always say I'm going to be streaming for 3 hours. And like sometimes I try something for 15 minutes and it doesn't work, and then I'm like, what would I do? Everyone's just, okay, stream's over. So I really like it. And then the YouTube videos are always the finished product. So and that's a shorter video where I'm just demonstrating the results of all the work that I put into it. So they are sort of complementary, I guess. One doesn't detract from the other, and I have to do the building in order to get the final result and make the video. It's just a matter of whether I can share that over the internet or not.
Well, for me, streaming is a big part of what I do. When my schedule is going properly, I live stream anywhere between 6 to 8 hours a day, 6-7 days a week. And the two things from the videos that I produce on YouTube and what I do on live stream are wildly different. While there is some little bit of like what Seth does, there's a lot of prep work and what have you during the live stream, and then during the video is more of the finished product. I think the main difference is when I'm doing the YouTube videos and when I record and upload for that, it's more of a chopped up experience. Whereas when I'm live streaming, it's not so much about the game or even what I'm doing, because most of the time when I'm live streaming, I'm doing something mind-numbingly boring, like digging an extremely large hole, destroying a mountain. I mean, a couple weeks ago, I spent 2 days, something like 14 hours, just digging out a mountain. Or other things, like I'm currently trying to build a really poor quality version of Winterfell on the MindCrack server. So it's literally just me walking backwards, placing blocks for an hour, and it's incredibly painful to watch or to do. But I also
promoting yourself really well. Just saying.
Thank you.
Twitch.tv.
I'm getting there. But the reason why people continue to watch the Twitch is because I have some music going, I sing really badly, and it's funny, and there's a lot of interaction. So while I'm doing whatever thing I'm doing during the live stream, I'm answering questions in real time. I get to have kind of like mini conversations with the regulars and stuff, and it's a much more personal experience when you're streaming as opposed to YouTube.
I don't actually stream because my internet isn't capable of doing such things, and it's really disappointing to me because I think, other than the occasions where I say things without filtering myself first, I think I'm pretty good at improv and stuff like that. So I think it would be really fun to interact with my viewers more in a live setting, but I don't have the ability to do that.
The next question is for Jarul. How did you become a karate master?
What? You're not supposed to use my real name, for one. And it took years and years of practice. And if I told you exactly how, I would have to kill you.
And by the way, the question is from Meh Angry. The next question is for Seth. This is from Smexy Bacon. What was your first redstone contraption that you were proud of?
Like you said, years of training, and then
Tibetan monks.
Yeah, Tibetan monks. So the first, I think when anyone builds their first redstone contraption, they should probably be proud of it because it's kind of a weird thing. So my first redstone contraption, I'm still proud of, even though it was really simple and built in a really stupid way. It was this like minecart station where you'd arrive in your minecart, and then you could just get out of the minecart and go mine and whatever, and then you would come back and just get back in the minecart, and it would automatically kind of whisk you off, and you didn't have to press any buttons or anything like that. It was pretty hard to do back in the day. Not that hard, but this was a long time ago, before Pistons or anything, probably early beta. And I built it really inefficiently, used like a ton of, like, I don't know, probably 20 redstone torches and a bunch of redstone dust, and like you could really have done it with, I don't know, about 2 or 3. And yeah, it was really inefficient, but I was still proud of it because it was the first time that I'd applied logic to create something like that circuitry. So.
This next question is for you guys in general. What's your opinion on MindCrack community-made content, like pictures and videos? Like, does it make you happy, or are you a little ashamed of what ends up happening when the
Sometimes when the gender benders come out, it's an awkward situation. Like, I don't know how I should feel. Should I be attracted to Vex? What's happening right now? And that's a cartoon too, so really. But no, anyways, I think it's amazing to have a community that does that, and I'm glad we have a place like Reddit for them to share it with us. I can't imagine. Well, this is something Seth talked about whenever we were looking through these questions, so I'm going to steal your answer, Seth. Anyways, the UHC stuff is probably the best example of when the community comes together, and the charts and the art and the like. Jurg is a shout out to user Jurg on Reddit. He makes some of the best art. So yeah. Anyways.
That, I guess.
I really like some of the stuff that they come out with, and I save everything, every piece of fan art that someone tweets to me or leaves on my forums or whatever. I save it all in the kind of scrapbooky folder that I have. So it doesn't matter if it's like stick drawings or this masterpiece, they all go into the scrapbook folder.
So this next question is from Igluset. It says, can any of you solve a Rubik's Cube? And yes, Seth, the one you made counts.
I used to be able to, I guess the version I made has a reset button, and if you press it, it like puts it back to, so yeah, I could solve that one. It's like taking off the stickers and putting it back on. I used to be able to solve one back in like high school, but there's no way I could do it now.
I've never completed one.
I used to could.
Used
Really?
to could.
Yeah, give me a minute, I might could again, but
I could never solve them. I didn't do the stickers. I would pop that side piece off, you know,
Okay,
take the whole thing apart. Yeah. And the reason they asked that question is it's the 40th birthday of the Rubik's Cube. There you go.
Happy birthday, Rubik's Cube.
So this next one is from Zizazuz, and this is for everybody. Is there a project, a series, or anything that you were unable to start and complete that you really wanted to finish?
Oh, I'll start. There was a LP series I was doing for a game called Crystallis, and there's other LP series I haven't finished, but that's the only one I really still kind of want to finish, but it's just too long ago to go back and finish. But it was one of my favorite games from when I was younger, so I was really excited about playing it, and I just didn't finish it because something happened. It's probably a convention or something.
I don't do that many series, really. I tend to do more standalone videos. I would say my answer is no. Generally, when I start a series, either it's so open-ended that it's not really going to have an end, something like MindCrack Survival. It doesn't have an end, and even though I'm not putting out videos now, I'll probably put out videos later. Even if I don't, it's still just there was a series and it happened. I have done a couple series that were very, it obviously was going to have an end, like the TNT Olympics, but usually when I do that, I have a plan for the whole series, and so far I think I've completed everything like that I wanted to complete. I guess there was a puzzle map that I didn't finish, Stunzel's puzzle map that I didn't finish, but all right, so I guess my answer is yes.
I have a lot of projects that I want to get started, and my build team will certainly attest to this. Like, there's a to-do list a mile long of all these different map projects and stuff that I would love to do. There simply isn't enough time in order to get them all done. The one that Good rips on me. Ooh,
yeah, I was going to say, me and Beef are still waiting to finish Kingdom of the Sky. That's my unfinished series, but we're waiting on this map maker to finish the map.
I need more people for my team. If you would like to join, you can go to blamethecontroller.com and apply. No, we are currently working on that one. That is the main project that the team is working on. But there's like, I have all these ideas for these other maps that would be like amazing, but again, we just don't have time. And as far as like series, for the most part, I've completed every series. There was like, for example, a series called a game called Outlast that has some naughty bits in it. And I completed the series, I had it all rendered, but due to some issues with YouTube, I decided to just like take the whole series down, and I never uploaded the whole thing. But for the most part, if I start a series, I try to finish it, but sometimes it takes like a really, really long time to finish it.
So this next one, I'm sure you're going to have a great answer for, and this is from Palladian. Do you have anyone in mind to join the MindCrack network for the next season? And if you do, what is the process you go through to choose to allow someone to join MindCrack?
I don't know that we necessarily have anyone in mind to join next, but I think people will be surprised to know that there's not necessarily a process. We don't have like a checklist or a form or anything like that that we go through. The next Mindcracker could be sitting amongst us. I think it's a situation where it's all about meshing with the group, and as the group grows, the difficulty of someone meshing with that number of people gets more and more difficult, which slows down the rate in which we add people. So I think that's not really an answer, but it's kind of an answer.
Well, also, there have been a lot of unique ways of people getting added, because like really early on it was contests and stuff.
Right, like Beef joined the server through a contest. He made a museum. Like I'd put out a video at the time. I think I had 4,000 subscribers, 5,000, somewhere in that range, and any subscriber could submit a video, and best video won. And Beef had made a museum to me, and so I was like, well, that's obviously a winner. I did watch their videos on their channel for that, and I remember I'd watch Beef's first episode of his LP, and I really liked his voice too, and I was like, oh, this guy's cool, and he made a museum for me.
I think the right answer is, once you have Sethling on your server, do you really need anyone else?
So this is from Brian Buckley, and he says, hey guys, each of you comes from a different part of the Minecraft community. Good from the survival side, Seth from the redstone and creative side, and BTC from map making. Where do you think each of these parts of the community intersect, and what effect do you think that has on the Minecraft server?
Are we starting down here every time? Should I always start?
I'll go.
I don't want to steal the answers.
He's going to
go
go.
ahead. Well, I'll try to be quick. Like from my early start in Minecraft, I was only involved with map making, and that's it. I didn't really pay attention to any LPers or nothing like that. I made maps. I knew the people in the map making community, and I would try to promote my maps to different channels, like, hey, put this on your channel so more people can see it, kind of deal. And survival, I had played a single player. I never uploaded it to YouTube or nothing like that, but it's a drastic change from going to full creative mode, and you probably can attest to this as well. You go from full creative mode, doing whatever the heck you want, using whatever mods and plugins and blah, 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 to nothing.
It's really loud.
And it was kind of a big change, but some of the things I like to try to bring to the server is, like, I like storytelling. So, like, a lot of the pranks or the other things that I've done, I try to, like, even the way when I first popped in, it was all, kind of a little song and a dance kind of event thing. So I try to bring that to it.
I think
He brings
it's
cactuses.
It's kind of subtle sometimes, the ways in which that we like affect each other. I sometimes other Mindcrackers will ask me questions about redstone or commands for their little project they're doing. For like UHC, recently I've been running the team selection because I know all the commands and whatever. And the time that Etho did it, it really didn't work out very well. But I mean, Etho's good though. But so it's a lot more subtle. I mean, obviously, when I was making, you know, a lot of my redstone or a lot of my videos on the MindCrack server are redstone oriented, but that's not. I mean, that's just the thing that I like the most about Minecraft. But yeah, I mean that ends up showing up in the content. So.
I don't know if that it's like the server itself has really changed. I have a confession though. I stopped playing Minecraft because of this giant cactus. That's all I have to say about that.
So this one is from LabTech 901, who says, this is for Seth, for a while you've been pumping out new and inventive MC Edit filters, which are all really cool, but recently you've also branched out into the realm of Bucket plugins. So which platform for development do you prefer, Bucket or MC Edit?
Yeah, so MC Edit uses Python, Bucket uses Java, but that's not even close to the biggest difference between MC Edit and Python. MC Edit is a world editing tool, so you can edit the world file, but you can't change anything about the way the game works. Bucket is kind of the other half of the equation. You can modify the way the game works, but you can't really change the client or anything about the world file. So they're kind of different worlds. So the question is, which one do I prefer? I think Bucket is a lot more challenging. The format for the Minecraft world file has basically been the same for the last, I don't know, forever basically. Whereas Bucket includes features that are pretty relevant, pretty new, pretty new. And there's just a lot more to it. There's a big API with Bucket. And so it's a lot more challenging, but there's also a lot more you can do. And so I think both of those are actually positives for me. I'm learning a lot about the way the game works and a lot about the right way to develop plugins, which I've never really done for other games before. And so I'm learning a lot, and also it's a great avenue for my creativity. So I'm just having a blast with it right now. So yeah, I guess Bucket.
This next one is for Good. When do you think you'll be done with all those statues?
Oh, that kind of leads into what I just talked about.
You need the cactus removed, right?
Yeah, the cactus is in the way. Do you not understand? This cactus is in the way.
Dude, sometimes a man needs cactus, and sometimes when a man needs cactus, he builds a giant cactus farm in your way.
Yeah, that's what I've learned. It's like a Dr. Seuss story or something, really. The man from the west, the man from the south. Someone out there knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh wait, it's not west and south, west and east. That wouldn't make sense, west and south. Never mind. Let's move on.
Okay. So how much do you guys like planning and participating in the group events? Like is that some of your favorite stuff, and which do you like the best?
I really love UHC. I have a very fun time doing it and like preparing it. Actually, I like afterwards when everyone finally posts their points of view and all this stuff that you're seeing and guessing about that happened in game, you finally get to figure out what happened from all those other perspectives. And I love the community write-ups and everything, all the stats that people do. So UHC is my favorite group event. It might be my favorite thing about playing. I don't know, that's hard to say, but it's really, really fun, and I like being involved in that a lot. And I also like kind of taking a leadership role and getting it organized recently. It has been enjoyable for me, even though sometimes we hit technical difficulties.
Every time.
Every time we hit technical difficulties. But it's still like, I like being involved in that and being someone that can help resolve that.
I'm glad he's doing it, so I don't have to mess with it anymore, too. For me, I think the group content is our best content. The stuff that comes out of it is often unpredictable, the way that we interact together as a group, and it doesn't really matter what we're doing. If it's something on the MindCrack server, or even like recently we've been doing like Gary's mod stuff with, it's not only MindCrackers, CoStar is also someone that's been playing with us, and even though it's not Minecraft and it's not technically MindCrack, it's still group content, and I think that and I forgot Rob too. Rob plays with us. Sorry, Rob. I think just the dynamic of a group is always going to be more entertaining than someone by themselves.
I don't.
BTC hates groups.
Groups involve people,
No,
right?
I like. I do like some of the. Well, one of the things that I thought was really fun was the old Spawn PvP stuff. It was kind of impromptu, and it was a changing crowd each time, and we would just pick a random location, and you just run around and murder each other for 20, 30, 40 minutes or so, in all these variety of environments that were not intended for that in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And it's just...
Play MindCrack. Sorry, I had to advertise Play MindCrack, because all those survival games that are now available on PlayMindCrack.com.
Excellent server. You should check it out.
But I think that's probably one of my more favorite things.
So, Good, would you prefer to be just one of the guys who plays on MindCrack and have a little bit more time to focus on your channel, or do you prefer the added responsibility of being the figurehead?
There's times when I could answer this question both ways. It's just a matter of how much stress I guess I'm under and how much I feel overwhelmed sometimes. I mean, that's why Wes has joined us as someone that has been helping me since Minecon to kind of alleviate all of that. So, Wes is kind of like a project coordinator to some degree within MindCrack at this point for various things. At this point, he's mostly working on Play MindCrack and stuff like that. But the goal is into the future that maybe I can take some of that stuff that qualified people can do instead of. But even an example of Seth now taking on UHC. I think over the last year, a lot of the group has helped take a lot of that stuff off of me. So it's really not that bad anymore as it once was. But we talked about it a little bit at Minecon, and everyone, we're all friends, so everyone saw that, and things have changed to some degree.
Seth, you're always being very creative in Minecraft. Do you ever find it difficult or stressful to innovate because of your reputation? Like, do you ever find yourself going, oh, this isn't going to be good enough?
It's not necessarily because of my reputation. I think I've earned a certain reputation through just the standards that I have for what I try and build. So I do, yeah, for sure. Sometimes I feel like it's a very daunting task to come up with new things. Sometimes I can't do it. Pretty much for a long time at least, every time I made a video, every time I made a video, I would be like, well, there was my last idea. And then, 2 days later, I would make another video, and, well, there was my last idea. And it's a bit stressful to live that way, for sure. I think these days I'm better about keeping sort of a backlog of projects I want to tackle. But I do have, I think I have pretty high standards for what I want, like, what type of stuff I want to make. I don't want to make something that is just easy to do, but you can do it with new features. Like, I want it to be something that not everyone would think of, that sort of thing. So, but yeah, it can be daunting sometimes, but it's also extremely rewarding when I'm able to do it. So it's worth it for sure.
And then this last one, these 3 questions are from Rare Earth. BTC, after becoming established as a map maker, so you basically learned survival Minecraft, and then you joined the server. Now that you've had exposure to so many styles of playing, do you have a favorite way that you like playing Minecraft?
Well, I really enjoy the vanilla game, but I also equally enjoy mod packs like Feed the Beast and what have you, and of course the creative side of map making. I don't know if I really have a favorite. I know that I can't really do as much map making now as I could before because of all the content creation I have to make. I don't know. I guess ideally, if I could, I would love to be able to start and just do a series like, I'm going to make a map. So from start to finish, and this is everything. I think that would be really, really cool, but my build team would really make fun of me because they think I'm a terrible builder.
Your build team thinks you're a terrible builder. That's sad.
They say I'm just moral support. So.
So this next question is from Ethan Sun 01. What's the first video game you remember playing?
Mine was Burger Time on the Intellivision. I think that's one of my favorite games of all time. I would still. I'm gonna find an emulator now that I say that. Expect a Burger Time LP, guys.
Yeah, I think
Not an LP.
Burger Time is one of the earlier games I remember on the TI something. It was like this little computer. There was just like a keyboard you plug into your TV. That was one of the. I don't think that was the first game I played. I think Hunt the Wumpus might be. I don't know. It was old stuff for sure.
The first game I ever played was on the television. I can't remember the name of it. I always want to call it Sharky, but it's not the right one. You were a little fish, and it was a single screen, and you would eat other fish and then grow bigger, and you just kept eating larger and larger fish until you were big enough to take on the shark. And that was basically the entirety of the game.
I'll date myself and say I played Space Invaders when it came out. Isn't that terrifying? It's terrifying.
We're old.
I'm out of questions. Does anybody from the audience have questions? Would you like to step up to the microphones? That guy back there with the purple. No, you can come up too. I'm not trying to chase you away. You can come up and ask questions too. Yes, go ahead.
I have a question for playing the controller. How did you join Minecraft?
I am not at liberty to.
I don't know how you can't answer the question yet, unfortunately, because of a reason. But you will all know eventually.
I get asked this a lot during my live streams. We can't tell you yet, but when we do, it will.
It's really awkward. When I first met him, there's a
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
It'll blow your mind.
It'll blow your mind.
So I thought it was inevitable that this question would be asked. Can I join Minecraft?
Sure.
Ask Etho. Ask Etho.
We have a website for that, actually.
Yeah, ask
I've
Etho.
visited the website multiple times.
Okay. Well, sorry, we don't have control over the web. You know, it's.
We all know how it works, or working together as a single unit on YouTube or Twitch. But what do you find most difficult working together as a group? What would be your most difficult thing you have to work with as a team?
Scheduling.
Yeah. I think that's probably it.
What was it?
Scheduling.
It's really hard to find
Yeah.
the time
That's
where
good, really good
everybody
answer.
can do it.
I mean, you have people who not only have families and other commitments and what have you. Some people still have real jobs, and
Generic B lives in Bulgaria.
yeah. And then on top of all that, you have people that are on all different schedules, all over the world, all different time zones. So scheduling, it's difficult to get more than 5-6 people.
Well, especially something like UHC where everyone wants to participate, so we can't just be like, well, we're not going to do it during a time that's good for you in Europe. So that's been one of our biggest difficulties with UHC is getting everyone involved because everyone wants to be involved.
Yeah.
I'll take that answer.
That's all you're getting.
Go ahead.
What is your favorite prank that you've seen on Minecraft?
So I haven't done any pranks on MindCrack yet. But the Zsto's ePranker series was fantastic. I really liked seeing that reveal. That was mind-blowing for me.
Yeah, Zsto's done a lot of good ones, really.
Yeah.
I think the mushroom thing that Etho did was really good too. But yeah, I think Zsto's probably the winner overall.
Do you know where Etho got the idea for his mushroom?
I do. It was some bling guy.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
In the most recent season of UHC, you used a bucket plugin for the audio.
Oh, it was
no,
it's
it's
a client plug, a
yeah.
client mod.
It's a Forge mod, bucket, not bucket. Why did I say bucket?
Because he said
He said
it's
Yeah.
confusing.
Stop putting words in my mouth, guy. It's a Mumble plugin. You don't need anything on the server at all. Every client just needs to have it installed, and everyone needs to have it configured the same. It wouldn't be something that you could easily do with strangers because if they have their settings different, they can just hear everyone. So you have to trust the people you're playing with to be using it correctly. But it's all set up on client side with Forge.
It's really easy to cheat.
Yeah.
Would you possibly use a bucket plugin that Seth creates in a season of UHC?
I guess it would depend on what the group thought.
Yeah, actually, I think that's going to be a subject at our next group meeting. So who knows? We don't know the answer to that yet. Yeah.
Thank you.
Obviously, Minecraft has been kind of the common element that brought the Minecraft group together. And over the years, like some of you guys have kind of branched off into your little subgroups with different genres of games. Do you foresee any game coming out in the future that will kind of bring all of you guys together the same way Minecraft does?
Minecraft 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo. Personally,
Spheres.
I don't necessarily think that that's very likely, just because, I mean, like you said, Minecraft is what has brought us all together, but we have pretty wildly varying preferences otherwise, and it's just, when you have one thing that brings everyone together, the chances that that's going to happen again in the exact same way are just, and the fact that not even all of us are still on Minecraft, like, some of us have pretty disjoint, I don't play any of the same games as Milby now, right? So it's, I don't know, that's my personal opinion, is just that it's not very likely to happen.
I would have had a different answer until you answered, but you just convinced me of your point of view.
Nice.
I would say it would probably have to be something similar to Minecraft, because like I enjoy FPS games, but I hate racing games and sports games and stuff. And so the only really common thread is the sort of creative world building type of game. So unless something was very Minecraft-like, I just don't see it, because like the MOBAs, the FPSs, and all the other genres, there's not enough people that are interested in it.
That Windborne game that Seth mentioned earlier, me and Seth both did an early preview of it, and if it comes out the way that the developers talked about it, I feel like that could be a game that a majority of us may play together, maybe not all of us, but because it's supposed to be like these floating islands, and it's supposed to be kind of like Minecraft, except there's like more team fighting. I don't know. It sounds cool. I don't know enough to talk about it. I'm not qualified.
Yeah, good thing you just talked about it.
Yes, shut up.
You know, on the internet.
Yeah.
During a panel at a...
Are we streaming this?
Is this thing on?
Okay, BTC, why is it that, you know, you say you don't have enough time to spend on, you know, doing a lot of these maps, but you spend 6 to 7 hours a day streaming. I mean, it's not, I get how some people will go on and watch the entire stream, but I know I personally can't watch more than 45 minutes to an hour of a stream before I have something else to do. Why is it that you spend so much time streaming, but you also want to get, you know, these maps done? I mean, is it possible for you to, you know, cut back on your streaming time, or maybe bring the map making into the streams?
A really, really good question. The simplest thing is I would like to continue paying my rent. Making maps pays nothing. I get warm and fuzzies, but that doesn't pay the
Well, could you
bills.
stream map development? I don't know what goes into it other than what your build team does. Or is that just a lot of spoilers basically at that point?
When I made Kingdom of the Sky 2, I was really, really protective. So much so that when I gave the dialogue out to the voice actors, they only had their own lines. So they didn't even see the whole picture. In my mind, I was kind of creating this incredibly awesome, you know, experience. And a lot of people really enjoyed it. But at the end of the day, it's really just, you know, it's just a map. Now,
really sad.
I could, and now I really would love to be a game developer of some kind, but it's probably not in the cards. I mean, that's what I wanted to do when I was a kid. But anyways, to answer your question, again, the reason why I do so much streaming, and particularly for the length of time, is because once you start streaming, you tend to accumulate viewers. And once you get in that top row, then you have a much higher chance of getting more viewers, people who are not already following your channel. So, you okay? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
It's okay.
So it's kind of like once the ball really starts rolling, once the train really starts picking up speed, I'm using so many examples here, but once I start getting 500, 600, 700 followers, people watching a given stream, even though it's been going for 6 hours, 7 hours, or whatever, it's like I don't want to stop because, again, rent money. So now I could possibly live stream building a map, but quite frankly, I'm the worst builder on my map team, and I say that all the time. The guys that are on my team and girls are significantly better than me. So anything I build, they would just tear down and redo. So it's not really something that I can do, unfortunately. I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Go ahead.
What is your favorite part of being on MindCrack? Oh, great.
This giant cactus. I like it now. I've changed since we've been up here.
Did you say giant cactus?
He did say giant cactus.
Because I was going to say giant cactus.
Well, I think it's Seth's favorite part, too.
Giant cactus. Next question. No, I don't know. I like UHC a lot. I like just hanging out with the guys, too. Skype and whatever. I'm just friends with a lot of them, and so it's fun to just hang out with them.
I'm going to break something over here before I'm done.
And you just stop hitting stuff. Keep your hands to yourself.
Okay, I have 2 questions for Seth. What gave you the idea to start doing redstone videos?
Yeah, so I started doing redstone videos because of a small subreddit called Minecraft Inventions, and I saw other people, like specifically Tivy Rider and Minecraft Addict, making videos, and I thought I'd like to give it a try, and that's why.
And have you ever thought of the idea of making an intro for your videos?
A lot of people say I should have an intro for my videos. Various people have offered to make me intros. My personal feeling is, and you see this in my videos, is that you should get to the point very quickly. So I think a welcome back Seth Bling here is enough to introduce who I am and make you think, oh, I might have seen another video because I remember that guy saying that thing. It's enough to bring it back to you, but I really just want to get to the point within the first 5 or 10 seconds of the video so that people know why they should watch the rest of the video. I think that's really important, and I think you end up losing a lot of viewers if you don't get to the point quickly with the type of content that I make.
Yeah, have you seen the length of Michael's intro?
Who?
Well played, Seth.
Okay.
Is there a favorite thing that you guys have built or working on?
My favorite thing that I've built is giant cactus.
Giant cactus.
Right in the way of Good's thing. I think Super Craft Brothers and Blocks vs. Zombies are my 2 favorites because they are, I think they're fun games, and they are pretty complicated. Especially at the time that they came out, each of them was kind of in the leading edge of the technology, and also because I made them entirely on my own. I didn't have a builder come and help me build the levels or anything. I did it all on my own, and that felt really good.
Is that something you have a lot of now? Do you have people building things for you more now?
Not a ton, no. Sometimes, like Ghost Squadron, I had Vex do all the maps, and he did a great job on them, and they looked better than what I would do for sure. And they took great advantage of the mechanics of the game too. So I'm really glad I got him in on it. But there is just something to be said for crafting something with your own hands.
Yeah. Okay.
One more
Wait.
question. Is there anything you could change about the Minecraft server if you could?
The MindCrack server?
Like if you could change something like about it, like the community.
Oh. I think these guys might have wanted to answer the previous question actually.
Oh, my favorite build? I was still trying to think up with one, honestly. I think all of Season 2, that's not really a particular build, but it was when I was most active on the server, and nothing was really fancy or anything, but I don't know, it was all things I really enjoyed doing at the time, so it was probably the most fun I've had in Minecraft, I guess.
I would say my favorite thing in Minecraft was probably building the Kingdom of the Sky 2 map. I had a tremendous amount of fun just building that. I mean, it's easily one of the most enjoyable experiences because it felt like it was a really, something I was really proud of. Like the first one, if you look at it, it's crappy and it's ugly, and the second one, I think it came out a lot better, and I really liked it. But what was the next question?
If you could change.
Oh, change something? Another giant cactus.
More cacti.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything to change myself.
Let's get to
think
the
of
last two
anything.
questions, and then we'll wind up.
BTC, have you ever, like, what's the word, thought about doing a collab with the Hypixel build team? Or any collabs with any other build teams?
With other build teams, the problem with that is that every build team has this massive list of stuff that they want to get done. For the ones that work on like the minigame services and stuff, they've got all these new maps and things that they need to do. Whereas my team is more focused on building like adventure maps and things like that. So while it certainly would be nice, the amount of stuff that both teams have to do kind of hinders that. Also, another hindrance is the fact that build teams have their own ways of doing things and their own styles, and if you just mash two together, you might not get the product that you would actually want. But if you want to join my build team, you can go to blamingthecontroller.com and apply.
When can we expect to see a UHC featuring the mole game?
UHC with mole, is that what you asked?
We've talked about it.
Okay, I didn't know if we were going to say that.
We've talked about it. Well, I said it.
Yeah, you said it. Well, as a group, we kind of decided that we aren't going to do it, I'm pretty sure. Or at least not that we're going to do it in the near future. I think if we do it, we're not going to call it UHC. We're just going to call it mole or something like that, maybe. I don't know.
It's a bit weird. There's some, if you're playing a game, just for funsies, it's a little bit different than playing a game with a bunch of other YouTubers. And I mean, think about how the viewers would feel if somebody thought somebody else was the mole and killed them, and then they weren't, and then that channel no longer has videos. And it's part of the game, but still there's going to be people out there thinking, oh, but he did it intentionally because he doesn't like him. And I don't know. I feel like there could be a lot of drama. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Personally, I don't really like the idea of trying to deceive people. I'm really bad at it. So, I just think I would make a terrible mole. So I don't know.
I think you were the strongest in opposition, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm actually for it because I think I can, like from playing murder or stuff like that. I'd be good at deceiving people.
As long as you're not lagging.
Well, yeah, as long as my ping doesn't suck.
I think it would be a neat concept. I think there would be lots and lots of upset viewers, though.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I think if we do it, it
that's-
shouldn't be classified as a UHC. It should be a game of mole that doesn't take away from our existing history of UHC and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everyone, thanks for coming. Everybody give it up for Good, Seth Bling, and Blame the Controller. And after this, we're going to have Total Biscuit up here. Going to talk to him. And thanks for joining us at GameVidExpo.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you, everyone.